Hey guys, so this is part 2 of the solar flash and chakra activation. Okay, so if you haven't watched part 1, I invite you to go back and watch it. It may help to bring some clarity to what's going on with solar flash, what happens to your chakras when they're activated, things like that. Okay, so we left off where a lot of people don't know this, but your chakras turn white, and once they're activated, and they aim up. Okay, they all fold up, and then you become a white column of light. Okay, your energy field that goes right up to source. So being activated is super important, obviously, because you are a vibe match for 5D and all the stuff, you know, all that good energy coming down. Now, some of the things I want to talk about, the volunteers that came here. You guys, it's 144,000 plus, okay? As we talked about in the first video, there are lots of reflections of the 144,000 now, so there's tons and tons. And what I mean is, if you were to take fractals of that energy and have them incarnate, okay? So there's a lot more than 144,000. There has been for at least, I don't know, 14, 15 years. So there are tons of forces that have incarnated and are non-physical that are helping with this, okay? And the ascension process, the solar flash comes from the central sun through our portal, through our sun, which is a portal, and then down to us, okay? And it's rippling through timelines. So that's why you're hearing conflicting dates, okay? So that'll maybe help somebody with, as far as why you guys are seeing videos about it's this date, that date, the other date. It's already, you know, for me, it happened in June, okay, of this year. It already happened. So a lot of puzzle pieces come together. I call this like my Rain Man moments, where I'm a channel, so I just start channeling like crazy. And pieces start to click. So I just wanted to share. Whenever that happens, I get on here and I just share what I got. So the volunteers came here to help the collective get through this process. So that's why the volunteers are like, oh God, this is such a, you know, why did I incarnate here? And I feel like shit, my ascension symptoms, you know, we have to go through it too, okay, to help them. So this is Team Light, you know, God's people. This is who I'm referring to, the ones that came down, and we're just like, I'll go, you know. And now we're like, I'm so tired. Yeah. So we all relate. We're all, you know, but the ascension process has been accelerated. Okay, so as of last month, they heard the cries for help, and enough's enough, and accelerated it. So, but it's not going to feel great in your body. Okay, now we're going to talk about, we're going to go back to chakras for a bit, because it's super important. I'm kind of just reading my notes so I don't forget anything, but you have to release the bag of bricks, okay? The number one thing that Jesus tells me, and you know, everyone is posting all different videos on Jesus. You know, to me, it's semantics. And I hate to say that, because there's so many smart people with, you know, history. They're these great historians, and you know what? It's great, but we have created and you know, helped with the alignment of bringing in, you know, this Christ energy, this Christ consciousness. You know, he is a master teacher. That is, it is what it is. Okay, and for those of you that see him, talk to him, you know, you can validate tons of things, you know, for yourself. So these are things that you can prove in your physical existence. You know, timeline jumps and things look different. This is all provable. So activating your chakras, what that looks like, and then you jump timelines, you know, because you've amped up your frequency. Okay. my guides are like, okay, refocus. So as far as chakras, okay, it is super important that you let go of the bag of bricks. What I was saying was Jesus' number one thing is forgiveness, okay? And I've got him again beside me. Number one thing is forgiveness. So I'm gonna listen as I'm doing this video. So here we are, right? This is what happens in my reading. So just like, here we go. So as far as you letting go of the bag of bricks, forgiveness is everything. It's number one. But you have to forgive yourself first, and most important. I know it's as important to forgive everybody else. Everybody. Just blanket forgiveness for everyone, okay? They may not have understood what they were doing, and they only came from a place that, you know, it may have been limited to where they didn't have the coping skills to raise you properly. They didn't have whatever. They gave what they had, okay, and did the best with, you know, even a lot of these soul paths are contracted for these things to happen, okay? And the reason why they happen is because he's going, oh, good point. The reason why they happen is because this life is a culmination of all past lives. You guys have heard me say that, okay? All past lives, you're healing it now. And your stuff is only 10% of everything you're feeling. 90% is the collective. And it's the land, it's the house you're in. You're in the house you're in for a reason. You're healing the land, the house, because after a while that wood is going to carry that energy. You know, the materials in the house, that it's going to, you know, seep into it and carry that energy. You came here to clear it, okay? So we all light up and activate. We form a light grid, you know, around the planet, and then we lift all of, you know, God's people out. And then whoever wants to, you know, have icky energy or whatever, you know, lower frequency, if it's too low, you know, they separate into that 3D, you know, existence. But it's a healing of all of your past lives, okay? And believe it or not, everything that's happened in this life has been just a fraction of what happened previously. I know it's hard to believe for some, okay? But you came here and had to go through the things you went through to heal that on a soul level, okay? So that you could let go of this. If it's not brought to your attention, often you're not going to know what to heal, right? So just think of it as like the light illuminates. So it's going to illuminate those blocks. It's going to illuminate pain, issues, you know, trauma. All of it is just fear energy, and you need to clear it with forgiveness, forgiving everybody, okay? Because like I said, a lot of the stuff is soul contracted that you came to go through it intentionally. So it was an agreement before you came here. So that may empower some. I know. Don't jump at me in the comments. It hasn't been a good time for me either, all of it. But, you know, collectively, it hasn't been, you know, there's been tons of joy in between, and tons of healing. But so you want to get rid of, that's the bag of bricks you need to get rid of, okay, to vibrate with, to be a vibrational match with 5D, to be a match with this God frequency, this energy. You have to purify, sanctify yourself, okay? And you do that through tons of methods, you know, all different ways of clearing and healing and maintaining, right? One of the best healing mantra words that you can use to get rid of triggers, to heal triggers, is, especially when it's starting, to repeat to yourself the word neutral. Take a nice deep cleansing, relaxing, but you guys in sessions have heard me say this, okay? But it's very effective. Chant the mantra neutral and take a breath. Neutral. This is nothing. There's no reason to escalate. There's no stay grounded, because you have to be the stabilizing force in this, right? Your job is to help the collective to understand what the hell is happening here. We had to ascend with them. We had to go through this physical process with them to show them what to do. So, and to tell them that they're not crazy. This really is a thing, and you know, this is why this is happening, and your body has to shift into this crystalline energy to vibrate with, you know, what's coming in. So also, just a side note, a previous video where I was talking about how your body shifts into this crystalline energy, and about not feeling your physical senses the same way, the way you see, smell, taste, touch things, you know, it's not going to feel the same because it's on a lower frequency. So that's why I said about the hugging thing. People took it out of context. I even had someone go through all my comments and correct me in the video, you know. I'm like, let's just time out. That's not what I said. I didn't say no hugs. I didn't say, you know, I don't want to spend too much time on that, but never said no one's gonna, you know, people aren't gonna hug. I'm gonna make a what 5D is like video. I'm gonna try to get to that next. So I gotta see where I'm at with sessions, but so it's not that you're not gonna hug. It's gonna feel different. It's not gonna feel like skin, like this lower, you know. And you can see when you're activating, because you can, especially if you go in the sun, you can see your skin starts to sparkle. It's very odd. Those of you that know and have seen it, if it doesn't resonate, it's perfectly okay. But okay, so as far as you healing, you've got to get those chakras cleared, especially the lower three, okay, because that's where all the past stuff is. So if this is the bridge between heaven and earth, then you need to clear out the lower so that the light can come in, you know, because your higher self is coming into your physical body. So it has to get through past these blocks, right? It has to get past the bridge. So as that light comes down, and then, you know, you guys activate, you're going to be in alignment with the solar flash. So when it comes down the timelines and then it gets to you, which it has felt like an individual thing based on your vibration, is when the solar flash happens. So it's like these higher elevated volunteers get hit with the solar flash first, and then it vibrates down, and we're sharing that energy with the collective. So we're pushing that energy out. You're a vessel, you're a column of light, right? So in that column of light, you are grounding 5D, anchoring it,